ashamed of her breasts that she lets a Machiavellian psychopath cut them off.
How dare you?
That I was not a member of the IRA.
Get a couple of dozen of your mates and go down to that Buckingham Palace and kill the old bag.
Big Mike il capo.
Gran Mikey el jefe บิ๊กไมค์ต่อชีฟมิกไมค์และหัวหน้า
Big Mike and the Chief.
There we go.
We're off
and cooking.
We're off in a fucking. We're away in a hack. We are here with the depraved prince. This is what I've been. This is the quotes I've heard. The depraved prince of London comedy. Yes. Oliver Moore.
Oliver Moore.
More money, more problems.
More or less.
More or less. Yes.
Any relation to Roger Moore?
No relation to Roger Moore.
Right.
I remember. I kept hoping I was related to Roger.
Put that to your mouth there now, like a good man.
Hello. Yeah.
Are you a heterosexual man?
I'm a heterosexual man.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
So you've never sucked a flute?
I have actually sucked a flute.
Have you?
That's an interesting thing to bring up.
Have you really?
Well, do you want to get into that?
This feels like difficult for early in podcasts.
No,
jump in the deep end.
Come on, more.
Jump in.
You're in the lion's den now.
Go hard in the lion's den. Cool.
Yeah.
I was molested by a 94-year-old.
You were?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. How did a 94-year-old, was a 94-year-old strong enough to molest you?
It's your fault if you're molested by a 94-year-old.
I think so.
It's so, because the problem is, because it was the first time.
Yeah.
I was on a bus. And you know when when the butt seats are like, it's hard to get past people?
Yeah.
He like put his leg up like that, and I was like,
Put that mic to your mouth now.
Hello?
Pretend it's your man's cock.
Pretend it's his cock. No.
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah. And I was so, because he was so fucking frail. It was like bones and shit. He was like,
bones and all.
He was just a sack of bones. And I was like, if I push him away, he's gonna shatter like a fucking. You know. So,
yes. He's gonna go to dust.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Jays, what happened to him when he came? Did he fucking? Did anything even come out?
It was very. It was.
He would have came kind of.
Came and went.
It was like musket fire.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
It comes in one bit because there's no pre-cum with fucking old. Once you get real old.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
He still came. He came normal.
Well, no, I'm bringing this right back. Now. You've come out of the traps like a little greyhound.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have to put a little muzzle on you and bring you back into the stables here.
Yeah.
Now, come here to me now.
Yeah.
Because all I'm seeing now is fucking hair and sound.
Yeah.
Now, and your voice is mental. But so. And you look like a child, which has made everyone concerned about molesting.
Yeah, when did this happen? Last week?
Yeah. And you're very close to known pervert chief. So tell me this much now. There's a 94-year-old man, because I gathered you were into saying skin and bone before I knew what was happening. Yeah. So you're on a bus.
I was on a bus.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're on the bus.
Yeah.
But what nature of the bus is this? Where's the bus going?
It was so here's my neighbor.
Okay.
Right? Neighbor, and there would be one bus that would go to town.
Yeah.
But the bus would come like once every hour.
Okay.
So if you miss that bus, you're fucked.
So would he.
It's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, chief. This is a boy.
I know.
This is a young boy.
I know.
Please.
But yeah.
So we have to put some put some context on
Yes.
this. How old were you?
13.
13. Okay.
13.
And this was This is in Leeds.
Yes, Leeds.
Okay.
How old are you
Yorkshire.
now for the camera?
21.
12.
You're 20.
He's younger.
This is a premonition.
Yeah.
He's thinking of the future.
But yeah,
Right.
no, I was in I was Leeds 13, and the problem first time he was like, he tried grooming me.
He did.
Yeah, but he was
Like a dog.
yeah, but he had no fucking money, so he couldn't.
Did he curl your hair and?
He would like buy me bus passes. He'd
Wow, the oldest
Right.
trick in the
like
book.
I would get to the bus stop, and he'd be like, "Oh, sit down, good boy."
So he's like the fella out of Family Guy. Like, da, 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 da,
Yes.
da, da,
Yes.
da, da.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Chris. That guy.
Yes, which really normalized.
That normalized
Yeah.
paedophilia. Seth MacFarlane normalized paedophilia. He
really
should have been
did.
on that 9/11 plane.
He should have been.
That would have fucking. Did you know that he was meant to be on
Yeah,
it?
he was meant to be on the 9/11 plane.
Yeah, that was the biggest tragedy that happened that day is that he
Absolutely.
missed his flight.
Would have spared us all those voices.
Yeah.
He was told. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Is that-
And I wouldn't mind. He's the furthest thing from a Family Guy.
Oh.
Apparently he's shagging the world and his mother in Hollywood.
I thought he was gay.
Hypocrite.
Yeah.
Huh?
I thought
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane was gay. That's
he
the
didn't
joke.
like
You did.
musicals.
Huh?
Did you DM him?
No. That's just what all the roasts are about him when he's on those.
Because he
Comedy
loves
Central
musicals
roasts.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stereotypes and all.
Sorry,
So
Ollie.
this
So
prolific paedophile in Leeds.
Prolific
So-
yes, prolific pedophile.
so he's buying you bus tickets.
yes.
Is he touching you at this stage?
Yeah, well, he was touching me, but
Is that him calling you now?
that's
Is he
him
calling you? You're
calling.
getting a phone call
Oh
now.
my god! Oh.
Jesus Christ!
She's like, "What are you talking about? What are you?"
Is it your mother?
Yeah, she's listening to the podcast.
It is your mum, and it's her new. It says mum new.
New. It's your
Yeah.
new
It's
mother.
your new mother.
What happened to your old mother?
She got caught by the pedophile.
Ah, you got her as well.
You got yourself a new mother.
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah.
And it's a WhatsApp video as well.
WhatsApp Hold on. Hold on. Can I type in your code there? I want to talk to your mother and ask her why she let you get fiddled by a man in Leeds.
That man should have been put on a lead.
You picked up and
Call
all she
back.
heard. I'm not. You're not telling her about the man in Leeds.
She doesn't know about the man
She
in
doesn't
Leeds.
know about.
Does
the
she not
man.
know about
She
him?
doesn't know
No.
about the. So she just received a phone call.
Is she the jealous type?
Only my boy. No. Oh shit. But yeah. No.
So we're going back to this story
Yeah.
that you're after getting fiddled with by
Yes,
the
yeah, yeah,
94-year-old in Leeds. So he's buying you bus tickets.
Yeah.
He's and you're thinking, by Jesus, this is the kindest older man since Willy Wonka.
Yes. Yeah. And then, but I see he's creepy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is a creepy dude. What?
But you're saying to yourself, I'm a creepy child, so
Yeah.
So we're
let's
matching
play
in
ball.
heaven.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's in the pod.
yeah. I'm 13, but I look 9, so it's
Yeah,
worse.
can you
It's
imagine?
even
Like, this is what
better.
he looks like when he's 22.
Yeah.
good lord.
Yeah.
Do you have some sort of a syndrome, a youth syndrome?
Do you ever
You have
consider,
youth
like,
syndrome,
growth
Yeah,
hormone, like
I-
up
Messi?
syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they kept testing me. They were certain I had something.
Yeah.
And they just never figured out what it was. But they kept and I remember I kept getting like taken out of school to do like tests and shit. Cause they're like, there's something fucking wrong with
Because
him.
you were trying to eat the desk and things.
Yeah, I was just doing weird shit, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And but I realized if I kept failing the test, they would kept bringing me in for more, and I'd keep missing school. So I'll just keep. So they thought I was retarded for a while.
And you're
Right.
not.
I'm
you're
not
saying.
retarded.
Okay.
A
No.
bit autistic, maybe.
I'm a little.
Can we just point out to anyone listening, you are 22, right?
I'm 21.
21. All right, there you
Yes,
go. In case
yeah,
people are
yeah.
listening going, Big Mike and the Chief had a 13-year-old boy on the podcast.
He's 21.
You're
That's a baker's dozen plus
Exactly.
9.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
so so what you're saying to me is anyway. But so anyway, so this old seasoned pedo. So he sees you and he thinks this little weirdo. So no one's going to believe anything he says.
No one's gonna believe nothing.
Not believe a word. He's getting tested out the gap.
Yeah, they think he's the perfect candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think he's so creepy. So what I do is I'm like, he's so weak, he won't make it up the stairs. I know what I'll do. I'll go up the stairs and then I'll go to the back of the bus.
Yes.
Right.
But the problem with that is
A
he
pedophile's kryptonite.
yeah.
The top floor of the bus.
Yeah.
That might as well be China. There's absolutely no way of getting there.
No, that's the Great Wall for pedos. But yeah, no. But the problem is, he was so fucking determined. He was like, "I've got him now."
Yeah.
He made it up, and he got to the back of the bus, and that's like prime molesting spot.
So that was his
Yeah.
Everest. He had climbing
Yeah.
gear and there was snow on him when he got up there.
Breathing apparatus.
yeah. And by that point, I was like, "Oh, he's tried hard, and he deserves something," you know.
Yes.
So
I had a similar situation with a Spanish sausage dog
yeah.
that tried to suck me off.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
it climbed up onto my bed, but it took it so long and it tried so hard to climb up that I said, you know what? You've done the work now. Have at it.
Right, yeah, you
Do you know
deserve
what I mean?
it. You deserve it,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he was like, thank you, senor.
Yeah, exactly.
No joke.
Yeah.
But so he gets up to the top floor of the bus.
Yeah.
You're there ankles around your ears.
Yeah, it's just like ready. Yeah, bum
Ready
all
to rock.
spread. And I'm like, and he starts touching me up, and I'm like, oh, this
But
is weird.
where now? Like,
Show us.
did he
show,
start? Did he
show
just
us-
sit down beside you?
Show us on the pillow where the.
yeah.
Jesus.
He got, and he immediately went, good boy, and then he put my
Like
hand
a dog.
like a dog, like a little dog, and then he thought, and then he like moved, and then there was a lot of touching
Yeah.
on both genitals.
Right.
He moved my hand
Oh,
over
I thought you were
his,
saying you
him
had
on
2 sets
mine.
of genitals.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after that, I was like, that dude's weird. But then he would just be at the bus stop every time I was there.
You thought he was an odd man.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought he was a
Right,
I
okay.
wasn't.
You knew he was a
I wasn't.
pedophile,
I knew
yeah.
he was a
I think it's safe
pedophile.
to say he was a
Yeah,
pedophile,
I was like, I've confirmed it at this point.
But so was that?
Yeah.
So when that happened, were you shaken up by that, or were you like, Jesus, sure, the world's
Just
a mad
another
out
day
place?
in Leeds.
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, that was weird. But then every time I would come back to the bus stop, he'd be there, and I'd be like, I either have to get molested, or I've got to wait another hour for the bus.
And that's a toss-up.
Yeah.
That's a real toss-up. So I got
And a toss-off.
I got molested.
You're between a rock and a hard.
Toss-up turned into a
94-year-old
toss-off in
going,
record time.
Yeah.
yeah, you're between a rock and a hard 94-year-old man there. So
a
yeah.
fully erect 94-year-old.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you can get a 94-year-old erect, you start like,
Believe
That's a
in
bit-
yourself.
you're
that's a
like, this is
confidence
good.
builder in a
yeah,
way,
Yeah. But every time you get like more you got more adventurous.
He
you know?
did.
Yeah.
Like he'd come in with a ball gag in his mouth, and
he'd come in with new
With
ideas.
the pirate map.
oh, he'd
and
have new ideas.
New ideas every time for what
Yeah.
he could get
Wow.
away with.
He was a student of the game.
He was
Yes.
doing, he knew.
He was an ideas man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was an innovator, an entrepreneur.
Changing the game. No one
Musk,
ever.
Bezos,
Yeah.
94-year-old pedo.
What was his name? We don't ask his name. That's
no.
yeah.
He came
Yeah.
in, he put in a swing on the bus, a sex swing.
Yeah. A ball pit.
Just in there, just nailing the swing to the roof.
Just installing a
construction.
playground on the top floor of this bus.
Oh, Christ.
He came in with a dildo, just like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
But yeah, and he was my neighbor, so he like, so like he was like near me my whole life, but
How close, neighbor-wise? 2
Like-
doors down, next door.
my house and then directly across the street. So
Wow, okay.
so he had like a telescope going into my room.
Right.
So and then when that happened, I was just like,
It was
I just gotta
Copernicus.
I just gotta shut the blinds down. That's
Right.
a very easy solution.
Galileo.
I just kept with
Yeah.
like, there's solutions here.
Right. You think
You
he was
know?
spying on you with the telescope?
Well, yeah, no. Whenever I was in it, because I would like, you would like take your clothes off to like
Right.
go to bed and stuff.
Right.
Then I would notice him, and I'd be like, oh fuck, I got a
Right, with his telescope.
telescope and shit.
Right,
I'm not
okay.
sure. It was like binoculars.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
okay.
a full telescope. Yeah.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But was he nice other than that?
He didn't say much. He was so fucking old. Old
Right,
people don't
right.
say much shit, you know.
He was more of a doer.
He was a
Yeah.
doer, not a sayer.
Show
He was a
don't
man
tell.
Of action.
Show don't tell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
show
yeah,
don't
yeah.
tell.
Yeah,
Tell.
ask,
acting. He was an
don't tell.
actor.
But yeah.
That's acting 101. That's
Yeah.
Meisner.
Right.
That's Stanislavski.
Stanislavski method right there.
Yeah.
Top of the
So
bus.
and then so tell me this more. So then you grew up, and now did that kind of shape you as a young man in your teenage years? Like what did you get up to in Leeds? Was it the best of times and the worst of times?
Staying away from that paedophile.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, I've got to avoid pedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's weird because Leeds,
Yes.
Leeds pedophilia is like because it's kind of near Rotherham, where Rotherham,
Right.
where there was lots of. I'm not sure if you guys know about.
No,
the,
we
all
don't.
the- you don't know about the Rotherham sex gang.
No,
No,
there's
no.
a sex gang up there.
There was
No.
there was like
Is that where Stormzy started out?
Was he a member of the Rotherham sex gang? Was
yeah, Stormzy actually started it. He broke out
he? Right, okay.
into the crime scene.
Stormzy
But
in a teacup.
Because he has an album called Gang Signs and Prayers, and was that about the Rotherham sex gang?
Yeah,
Well,
that was
possibly.
actually it was
Right.
a concept album about molesting children.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
No, but tell me about the Rotherham sex gang.
The Rotherham, well, no, but like Rotherham was like it's like a town outside of Leeds. Like it's on the train journey. I'm not sure how far out. but
Okay.
you would
Right.
pass it on the train between Leeds and Manchester. But then Leeds is the home of Jimmy Savile.
Oh,
Like
right.
the king.
The king. I suppose in that world.
And these were his
They got-
disciples.
Yeah, they saw him and they're like, we can do this, but we're
Yeah.
not at Leeds level yet.
Right,
So,
okay,
we've got to
okay.
go Rotherham.
if Savile was Master Splinter, the Rotherham Sex Gang were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Hiding
yeah,
out,
yeah,
so to
yeah,
speak,
yeah,
in the
yes.
drains.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And the children were the pizza.
And the children were the pizza. They were the pizza. That's where Pizzagate comes from.
Right.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you smell like cheese.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so the Rotherham Sex Gang. So, how does this pertain? Was then a part of your youth was trying to avoid the Rotherham Sex Gang? Did you get in any scuffles with them, or?
No, well, the Rotherham Sex Gang just like was like a famous child rape gang.
Right.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't have
because
thought
they-
that now from the
Suppose
name.
that
Yeah.
I thought they were a jazz trio.
They were,
Yeah.
they were just a group of fun guys having fun.
Yeah.
I thought
Um,
they'd been signed by Def Jam or something.
Yeah.
but no.
No. But they were looking up to Savile. But no, but the thing about Leeds is that, like, in Leeds, everyone knew about Jimmy. Like, you know how people didn't know about Jimmy Savile till after he died?
Yeah.
Everyone in Leeds knew well before.
Did they?
Yeah, like everyone in Leeds had a story about
Savile.
Savile
Did you
fucking
ever have a
him.
brush with Savile?
No, I was
No,
too
okay,
young.
too young,
I
okay.
was
You
off
were never too
down.
young for fucking Jimmy, I tell you that. You can be too old, but you can't be too young for Jim.
Yeah, I missed his prime.
So everyone in Leeds knew.
Yeah, most people. Yeah, but we just moved to Leeds
Right.
when he died from Doncaster.
Were you waiting till he died to go?
No, we thought he was a great man. We were like,
Right. And he was in many ways.
in a lot of.
we still
don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
He
Yeah.
did a lot
Give
for
him the
charity.
baby. Actually, no, don't give him the baby.
Yeah, he did a lot for
Yeah.
Leeds. He built Leeds General Infirmary. He was a nice, molested a lot of kids there, but he built it.
But the question is to be saying, what's better, a paedophile who builds hospitals or a paedophile who doesn't?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
A paedophile who builds
Which one are you
hospitals.
going to take?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest. Is he the greatest?
Like,
I'm
most
not.
philanthropic paedophile.
Now you can say to yourself, being the best paedophile ever is that's like being the tallest dwarf. but
That-
still,
There
he-
is a tallest dwarf. You
there is
know?
the tallest
Yeah.
dwarf, and he could be up for greatest paedophile ever because
Yeah.
he did so much
Yeah.
charity work.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
It almost balances out. The
Fritzl didn't do a
cancers.
lick of fucking charity work.
No, he did
Nothing.
not.
Did nothing. He was
Nothing.
stealing from the
Nothing for
trophy
nobody.
boxes, if anything. Fucking bastard. That bastard.
That fucking
Yeah.
curmudgeon-y
Nasty
fucking-
article.
Yeah.
So, how did things develop from there? So you moved to Leeds. You're in your teenage years. You've got this 94-year-old
on your
paedophile
heels.
kind of like terrorizing you on the bus.
Yeah.
And what happens then? What brings you to London? How did you get here?
Well, I moved to London for university.
What were you studying?
How
How to grow into an adult?
how to fend off sex offenders. How to,
Self-defense.
yeah.
I was studying karate and jiu-jitsu.
See
Yeah,
something,
did a lot
say
of
something.
things. Yeah.
See it, say it, sorted.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw
Where were
that-
those signs on the buses in
In
Leeds?
Leeds.
Exactly. I
They were
saw
like
them in London. I was like, oh yeah.
I could have done with
fuck.
those signs.
Well, in
is,
Leeds-
is it too late to call?
Leeds, it was see it, keep it to yourself. Don't rat Johnny
Suck
out.
it. See it, touch it, suck it.
Fuck's sake. Who made the signs for the buses other than the Rotherham gang?
Oh my
Holy
god.
God. But so you
Yeah.
came to
London.
You came to London
Yeah.
to study horticulture.
Yeah. Horticulture.
Was it or no?
No, it was politics.
Politics, right.
Politics. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
the gardens of the mind.
Yeah.
And how did that go? Are you running for office or?
Well, I'm technically still at uni, but
Yeah.
I didn't show up at all last year.
Right. And would that go against you then, or no?
They haven't kicked me out.
Yeah.
And I'm-
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, technically, but I think
So
they've
you'll
just.
end up getting a 1-1.
I think I could get, and honestly, I think as long as you can never show up to uni, and you can still. I have a theory because
Right.
I got into uni and I started going, and I think what happened is what rich people,
Yes.
they're like kids. You can basically pay enough to get your A-level tie.
Yes.
Like if you can pay for tutors, you can pay for. Let's say you're like
the
a
Rotherham
fucking-
gang wants to get
The
their hands on
Rotherham,
them.
they'll
Yes.
train you. That's
Yeah.
what you get paid in
Right.
tuition.
Yes.
For your child prostitution.
Yeah.
But and then you go to university. But university's so piss easy that anyone can get a first at uni. Anyone, if you're doing like politics or philosophy, if you're doing law or medicine, then that's fucking hard. But if you're doing like politics or philosophy or fucking history, you can get a first barely showing up. And then you go to you get good A-levels because you pay for them. Then you go to a posh uni because you get into it. Then you get a nice job because it was fucking piss easy to do the posh uni. And so universities is just a conspiracy to get rich people into nice jobs, to justify them having nice jobs.
Let me ask you this. Did universities do 9/11?
I think they had something to do with it.
They weren't
I think-
innocent.
Yeah, they're smart people. They had their finger on the pulse of
The plane
what was
involved went to Cambridge.
Yeah, the planes were built in Leeds, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
And it was expensive to go into college, right? No,
What do you mean?
because I was just tuition impossible. That's what I was trying to set myself up for. Tuition impossible joke, but I couldn't get there. So I just came out and I said it. It was taking too long to. Yeah, all right. So. So you go to you're studying politics,
No,
and he's sleeping in the libraries recently.
Yeah.
Tuition impossible. Debt reckoning.
There we go.
Let's go.
Let's gingerly touch our tips.
So
So
you were in studying politics. You were a
Yeah.
student of Stalin, Mao,
Stalin, Mao,
Pol Pot.
Yes, all those guys. They're my
Yes.
favorite.
Right.
Yes, I'm living in the library.
Yes.
Cause I was living with the chief.
Yeah,
Rob.
he was living with me
I was
for a
living
while.
with
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
But then that was too far away to get to class already, so I end up with just getting drunk every night because I'll be at gigs and stuff, and then I'd be like, I need to
Inebriated by
get
your own
yeah
intelligence.
Yes.
Or was it alcohol?
alcohol. It was mostly alcohol.
The books went to his head.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would and then I'd go to because university is central London, so I could just walk in the uni library,
Yes.
and then I'd swipe my card, and then I would just pass out drunk in the library every night.
In the library?
Yeah.
Drunk on the words of Dickens.
Yeah, and I just came down, and the security would be trying to kick me out, and I'd be
Right.
like, "I'm studying, fuck off, I'm
Yeah,
studying."
yeah.
Stinking of alcohol.
Yes.
And they'd be like, "You're not fucking studying," and I'm like, "Look, I'm here every night. I'm clearly a workaholic."
You're just taking a nap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's what helped me not fail out of uni, because they brought me in there like, "You're missing all your classes," and then I went
You're
check
missing a
my
chromosome.
and I think I have one extra chromosome actually.
yeah.
There
You got
you
a piece
go.
on him, this kid, apparently. That's what the word on the street
Well,
is.
I'm
yeah.
very skinny, and it helps with proport, so I look like I have a giant cock.
The optics.
Yeah.
The optics are
on it
good.
helps. Yeah,
Yeah.
optics are very good.
So now, if you were to say eat a sleeve of fucking fig rolls and kind of beef up, that'd make the whole operation look kind of
it would all
look
collapse.
sad.
It would
all
collapse.
That's why you're maintaining the slim frame of yours.
Yeah.
And also the whole I meant to go back to this with the paedophile thing.
Yes.
So Oliver here has a habit now of maybe not showering for a few days.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking, is this maybe
I
like
tell
a,
it's a
defense mechanism against
Yes.
paedophiles, like a skunk?
nothing
Yeah.
like a habit you can smell.
Yeah.
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 But what I've heard is
Yeah.
in the gay community, and maybe you can vouch for
Oh,
this.
so you are like a human. You are a human skunk,
in some way.
Yeah.
right?
That's my nickname on the scene. They call me the human skunk.
You've
Yeah.
learned a lot from the skunk.
Yes, it's a defense mechanism.
You read books by Dickens and biographies of skunks,
yeah.
You've just
of learned skunks.
You have posters of skunks in your room.
Yeah, skunks that were smart enough to write.
Yeah.
They were, yeah. I get the whole
A
thing.
slam
going.
skunk.
There we go. Yeah. Skunk
Hey.
music.
Yeah.
But,
Skunk rock.
skunk rock. I was going for that, and I said skunk music. Anyway.
Yeah.
Skunk rocker. So.
So anyway, you don't shower very much.
Yes.
And what's that about? Is it your kind of Tasmanian devil thing where you're like, Ollie hate water kind of thing?
Or is it an environmental thing? Save the water.
Well-
Save the people.
Honestly, once you
Yes.
get into it,
Yeah.
once you start not showering,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and no one points it out, and like you don't smell that bad.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
kind of difficult to justify showering. Like once you're like, oh, I cannot shower. Like right now, I'm assuming you both shower every day.
I showered
Yes.
just
You
before the
shower every
podcast.
day.
Yeah.
'cause I knew you were coming.
That's
but
right.
but what if you
And
knew?
I'm going to shower afterwards as well. Just sitting this close to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I need to get away.
Yeah.
People can't see it right now, but he does have fleas.
Yes.
Yeah.
This couch was white before you sat on it.
He's after making the couch sick. The couch is after getting salmonella. It's after going green.
The couch is Zika virus.
They're after putting a raw ollie on the couch.
Did you have a raw meat vibe?
Yeah.
Like a raw
You
piece of
certainly
chicken?
weren't cooked for
Yeah.
too long in the old womb, I'd say.
I seem undercooked. I'm undercooked.
Oh my goodness.
Gordon Ramsay, if he saw you now,
Yeah,
would go
it'd be-
fucking
That would be a
AWOL.
real kitchen nightmare. But
Jesus
anyway,
Christ.
Fuck is it?
Yeah. It's not is this? It hasn't been cooked.
it's fucking raw. That's what the,
fucking
doctor said when he took it out of your when he.
It smells like shit. It smells like shit.
It's fucking raw.
But you're onto something here with the not
Yeah.
showering now, because
Yeah.
my girlfriend, my beloved, but she would say now her and her mates now, they kind of wouldn't be all for showering either.
Yes.
They don't think showering is the
Really?
bee's knees
Yeah.
either. They go a few days, because I thought in my head you have to shower every day. Turns out you don't.
Don't.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that now.
I'm addicted to it now though.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because anyway, it doesn't matter.
But old people don't shower
Huh?
because they sweat less.
Yeah, and a lot of them are dead as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they don't need to shower.
They
at
don't
all.
need to shower.
Yeah.
They just fucking, they've worms crawling up there.
Up their hoop. and
They're in-
whatnot.
I don't want to get morbid with you here, Oliver, but it's not pleasant.
Fuck you up. Yeah.
Death. You're
But-
you're a long way from death, Oliver.
Yeah.
You're a spring chicken.
But although you're
An
kind
uncooked
of
chicken.
you're going to be well prepared already, having had worms.
Many cases of worms.
It'll be nothing new to you. A worm crawling up your hole. It'll meet the rest of its family.
Family reunion.
I'm like, oh my god. It's yeah.
So now go on.
Sorry, but I was going to say this. But when did you have the realization? Do you know what? Showering is another conspiracy.
Showering. Well, I realized that. Well, it's easy to shower when you have a nice shower. You
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
Like when you're in like a shower, when it's convenient and the shower's nice and there's good water pressure.
Yes.
Then it's relaxing. Then you're like, oh, I love a good shower.
Or have a CEO piss on you.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
Trump golden shower.
Yes.
Yes, you get some Russian prostitute.
Yes.
That's the
Absolutely.
best.
Yep.
But like, if you have a shitty shower, like one of those like gym showers where you have to keep feeding the thing and it's too hot or it's too
Was
cold.
that his name? The pedophile Jim.
Pedophile gym.
Called it a gym shower. Anyway, no, sorry. So
That was his facial.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Chief, he's a boy.
I know he's a
He's
boy.
young
We're corrupting this
Please.
young child. I'm sorry.
Young child
I'm
we've got here.
Sorry.
We have responsibilities.
I
with
know.
this
We're
young
trying.
child.
We should be guiding you onto
We must
the
be
straight and
we have to
narrow.
raise him to be.
I know.
Yeah, good.
So, so now you're living. Your situation is
Living
you're
in
living
sin.
with
With a Mongolian.
a Mongolian.
Yes.
Right.
Famous
Yeah.
rapist.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. Genghis Khan is dead. It wouldn't be.
It's not Genghis
Yeah.
Khan.
It's
She's
not
probably
Yeah, it is
uh,
Genghis Khan.
It is Genghis Khan.
Oh, yes, yeah.
the
no,
ghost
Who
of-
you're living with.
no, well, the descendants of Genghis Khan.
But he would be a descendant, probably.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Oh,
yes.
she,
it's a
she.
She.
It's a she.
Woman.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's a fortunate arrangement that you have.
yeah.
Khan-esque.
with this. Yes.
Yeah, good
So,
arrangement.
Get into it however much you would like to get into it.
Please.
Yeah, into the, so I'm living with this girl,
Yes.
Mongolian, and you know she's a descendant of Genghis Khan because you know
Keeps raping you.
he keeps
Yeah,
raping
and
me
pillaging you.
constantly.
pillaging.
She's constantly raping me.
Just to clarify for the listeners at home, there's a difference between a Mongoloid and a Mongolian.
Yes.
So she's not
yeah, we're
a
not.
mentally challenged woman.
But is it
Yeah.
observable?
not gay.
I don't know. You have to ask him.
yeah.
So
Okay.
she's the full shilling.
It's absurd. Yeah, it's absurd. She's
Because
definitely
you
not.
go in and she was like, "I'm Mongolian." You're like, "Oh, I'm a Mongolite."
no.
She know it's different.
It's
Yeah, we
different,
could have
yeah.
a group house. I know a bunch of Mongol, and she's like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she has like a blue, like mark on her arse.
She's an avatar.
Yeah, no, because Genghis Khan.
She's turning.
Yeah, she's turning. She's gonna go full blue. It's gonna be really cool.
Real lives matter.
Yeah, but like, because Genghis Khan, he had like a skin condition, right? That made he had a giant patch of blue. He had alopecia. No, he had like a blue birth defect. So if you're a descendant of Genghis Khan, you have like blue spots on you.
Really?
Yeah. So all the Mongolians, they all have like blue patches on them, and that's how you know you're like.
Jesus Christ! Talking about drinking your own piss. Patches.
So she has a blue.
The greatest dodgeballers of all time.
So she has a blue
birthmark. It's like a birthmark type thing, but it's all blue and shit.
hell.
Yeah.
Holy Christ!
Because she's the descendant. Yeah.
So did she
Blue
flashed?
waffle.
She flashed her bum at you.
Yeah. Well, we have intercourse.
Whoa!
You're
a boy.
I'm a boy. She's abusing me. Yeah.
What the hell?
I
It's
know, it's
his
crazy.
betrothed.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is your lover?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lover.
So you moved in with this Mongolian lady?
Yes. Yeah. Moved in with the Mongolian lady.
And you're smooching her?
And smooching her. Yes.
And the
yeah,
rest
yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
Okay, I know the rest of it.
Yeah.
And she's taking your britches off and kind of doing what her great grandfather did.
Yeah. She's reclaiming it back from the white man. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you meet her?
Well, she was right.
One of Mao's loyal
One of
jesters.
Mao's loyal jesters.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
She worked in Mao's court.
She worked in Mao's court, serving at the pleasure of the communist regime.
Yes.
But and I'm not sure how much we can get into.
As deeply as we
As
want.
deeply
This is a
as we
very
want.
pro-Mao podcast.
But her
Mao or never. The power of Mao.
So what happened? She was in.
Um,
We should get her on the podcast. She actually.
She was the second child. No, she was the first child.
Oh.
But one child policy. Woman, they fucking don't like those.
Yeah.
So she's a good swimmer, I'd say, is she?
She's a very good swimmer.
Because
Right.
they would have thrown her straight in the fucking...
They thrown her in the river. She ended up in Mongolia. She was living
Right.
in Mongolia
Like a
till she was
tadpole.
like 12.
Yeah.
Didn't go to school until she was like 13.
Raised by frogs.
Raised by frogs in the until she was like 12. Then she went back to China.
You have connections to the Rotherham gang, or is it a different kind of gang?
And
'Cause I heard some of the Rotherham gang can't speak Chinese.
I think so. Yeah. They're bilingual.
I think but yeah, and
So the.
but yeah, and
They use Szechuan sauce as lube.
yeah, and she but,
So she sells seashells by the seashore.
she
And the
says
seashells, she sells her seashells
Says
no more.
yes,
And then she goes to China.
Yeah.
she goes to China
Yeah.
because they don't like when you don't like the government,
And they don't like you making fun of them.
don't like you making fun of them.
Yeah.
Yes, they don't like when you do the eye
So-
thing. Honestly, you have to do no satire.
What Mao famously found as satire is if you sucked him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be your role as
Yes.
Like, this is a good
court
jester.
jester.
This is a
Nothing
great fit.
no funnier prank than sucking Mao off.
That was So then she comes to London,
She comes to London.
and then you fall into each other's loving embraces.
Yes.
And you had an unfortunate. Now, if you want to tell the story or not, is up to you. An unfortunate
Yeah.
mishap there the other night at Casa del China. I was about to say her name, but we won't.
Yeah.
So when you
Um,
were in your house,
So she's living with her.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm living with her.
you're living with her.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you get on well?
Yeah, I get on well.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's one room. She goes
To rule them all.
one room,
Yeah.
but she goes to work a lot.
Yeah.
She like had a job and shit.
Of course, you wouldn't work to warm yourself.
I would never work. I don't
Yes.
work.
Drug trials. We get into
I
that.
do
in a
drug
bit.
You're like
trials.
Louis
I sell
XIV. You look like a little French
Yeah.
king.
You look like a Victorian child.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very quickly, did you know that back then kings and people people might change their clothes once a year,
Right.
and they would shower maybe twice a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So you are in a lot of ways what you're doing is kind of a nod to.
Yeah, I'm going back to our roots.
Yes.
As a society.
Yes.
I'm going back to how we should, because I think Western society's going wrong. We got to
Right.
get back to
It's being smellier.
being
Yeah.
smellier,
Yes.
being real, being how the God
Yes.
wanted us
Real.
to be.
Yeah.
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey's like
I'm
that.
real,
Yeah.
man.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
He doesn't. He refuses to put on deodorant or cologne. He's just like, you
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to. He's like, you need to smell it.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
how I
You're
smell.
one and the same, you and
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
Matthew
I'm
McGee.
just like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been told that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we moved in together. Are we talking about the
The bound and gagged. You don't have to know. You don't have to. We can swoop over that. And
No,
Yes,
come
we-
on now.
Okay,
What?
we can
What?
we might have to cut certain things
he's
out.
a boy.
He's a
But
bloody boy.
he's
Let
a
the
bloody
boy
boy.
Get
watch.
to the. We've got a story
this
here.
is,
Okay.
Oh, I could tell a different story.
Tell it.
That's more horrific.
Is it better than the
Yeah.
story you
This is
told me?
better than the story. Have I told you the blood fetish story?
No, you haven't. So fire ahead
Oh,
with
okay.
that.
I'll tell you the blood fetish
Yes,
story.
do,
then.
do,
So
do, do,
I met
do.
this girl at a concert.
The Chinese lady,
Chinese lady at a concert.
the mongoloid. the
No. This was Chinese.
Jeez, you have a bit
Shanghai?
of a you have a sweet tooth for the Chinese, as
Listen.
Mike would say.
Yeah.
Beggars can't be choosers, and I get what I'm getting. But yeah, but I met this girl at a concert, and because I would go to concerts, because I realized concerts were a good place to meet women, because you go to concerts of musicians you like.
Yes.
And then it's all women who also like, so you have something in common. It's a great way
What
to,
was- what
to
was
have
the band?
intercourse. It was Libertines.
Oh, I thought it
Love
was
the Libertines.
82.
What the hell, Chief?
That's gonna be
Chief!
bleep. That's gonna be bleep.
Chief! Chief!
I'm not making it.
This got Shane Gillis kicked off of SNL. What the hell are you doing?
I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself.
For
Sorry.
Christ's sake. Good God Almighty, I've heard it all now.
Okay, right. So
Okay,
what?
yeah.
Can you remember the band?
Yeah, it was Libertines. It was
Libertines,
The Libertines.
right, okay.
It was the Libertines.
So that's Pete Doherty.
Pete Doherty. Love Pete
You're a
Doherty.
spirit animal.
Pete
Yeah.
Doherty, my hero. I love Pete Doherty.
Yeah.
And I went.
And he's Asian as well,
And he's
no?
He's a mongoloid.
No,
isn't he?
he's a heroin addict.
Right.
But if you
which-
do enough of that
very
stuff, I
Asian.
think
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
You become...
It switches you over. But yeah, no, so we were watching that, and I met this girl, and she didn't, and we were getting on. She didn't speak great English, but we were getting on very well.
Okay.
You're not speaking to the
Listen.
kings yourself.
Listen, I'm not the king either. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We. And then she was like, "Oh, come to this after party with me. Come to this club." We went to the club and we started making out. And then she starts biting my lip aggressively.
Yes.
And I
She thought you were a bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's she was like,
Batshit
"Ooh,
crazy.
I'm back home."
Right.
And at first I was like, "Oh, you must just be bad at making it. You must just be. I just don't
Right.
know.
Right.
Fuck it. You know." And then she kept biting my lip really hard. I started bleeding aggressively, and then she leaned into me and she whispered in my ear, and she was quite attractive, and she
Yeah.
leaned in my ear. She's like, "I want to taste your spit. I want to taste your blood. I want to taste your cum." And I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was quite pretty, and the way she said it made it sound sexy.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let's do that.
Sounds like a fucking jester of Mouse Court to me.
Just
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
proper servant of
Yeah,
the court.
yeah.
Yeah. Communist red. And so then we went back to mine, and she was like, and she was scratching and biting and shit. And then she went in and she was like, "I want you to hemorrhage my pussy."
Hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage.
Holy shit.
Now,
Hemorrhage.
can you just give me more context on what that would entail?
Okay, well, she walked me through it
Right.
because I had the exact same. I was like, "How do we do
She
that?"
walked you through her vagina.
She walked me through her vagina. She
A
gave me a
walking tour.
close up.
A walking
You know
tour.
when you get the doctor, then they put the camera up there.
Yeah.
She did that. She did the whole. She pointed shit out.
Right, okay,
And
okay.
She like tour guided you the way through. There's
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
you had a
she-
hard hat on and a little light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tour de pants.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
she basically was like, she was like, what you've got to do is you've got
Lance
to
Arm Week here. Winning the Tour de Pants.
Tour de France.
Oh,
It's a
fuck.
very
So
pun-centric podcast.
yeah, that's what we're known for.
Yeah, but essentially what you do is you got to get, if you ever want to hemorrhage a vagina,
Yes.
You don't cut your fingernails.
don't cut your fingernails.
Right, okay.
And you get 3 fingers,
Right.
and you just imagine the most aggressive fingering you can possibly do. But you know how when you finger, you bend up,
Yes.
bend down.
Oh, that's against the grain.
That's against the grain, heavy against the grain. I was confused.
You do the reverse Italian. You go like that.
Yeah,
right, okay.
Yeah.
Mamma
Yeah.
Right.
Mamma mia. That's a beat. And you do that for long enough, and then eventually she just starts screaming.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, should I stop? And she's like, no. And then I keep going, and then I take my hand out, and so much blood.
Oh,
Like
Jesus.
so much blood, and
Christ
she starts laughing.
almighty.
And she starts laughing
Maniacally.
maniacally, like the Joker, like like that kind of laugh.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, don't worry. And then she has this tattoo all on her arm, and
Of you.
no,
Of Mel.
of a woman having an abortion.
What?
Yeah.
So did she get you to give her an abortion?
Well, that's what I was thinking a few days later. At the time, she was like, "This is a painting called The Punishment of Lust," and I was like, "Okay." And then she put my fingers down on the thing,
Right.
painted my fingers with her blood, and then she went like this
To you?
to herself,
Oh, I thought she was anointing you into the Rotherham gang.
and then she did this. You're like, you're in it now. You're in it.
Yeah.
This is like joining the mob.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she started laughing, and then she started making out with me, and then she did the same thing to me. So now we were both covered in like her
Apocalypto.
bloody war paint,
Yeah.
and
So it was like is it in The Lion King? Is that where they put the paint on the face? Or is
yeah,
that,
but
what's
it
like
it was just like the Lion King.
Right,
It was
okay.
dead on like Lion King,
Right.
Right.
okay.
So
and yeah, and then but she was so playful the whole time.
but are you
Like-
Chinese now? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it felt like I was changing it. It felt like I was experiencing new cultures, honestly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, because
You're
I
a
was
man
just,
of culture.
yeah, because I was just like, oh, maybe I've just been fucking like white people, and maybe this is how other people do it.
Yeah.
I want to experience life for myself, that kind of thing.
Right.
Right.
But no, it turned out that's not at all. But she was, yeah, it was very, and that was weird.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's it was weird.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
because I tell you, I've gotten the Ash Wednesday. They put the ash on my forehead, and I thought that was a bit far. But the vagina blood, you know, up across you, and she kind of, I suppose you were baptized again, as it were.
Felt like I was rebaptized after the molestation. Like
This was a clean slate.
like
Yeah.
I was getting it felt honestly,
It was a cleanse.
and I don't like to admit this.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it quite a lot.
The blood.
Yes.
The blood. Well, it was very aggressive, you know,
Yeah.
and it was.
She was kind of like Mong the Baptist.
Yeah.
On the Baptist, I like that. Yeah.
yeah. No, she was from Shanghai. She wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, she's from Shanghai.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
different girl. Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're
Rotherham
there.
Nice, lovely lady. Yeah.
Rotherham Chan. So you're there, fucking. You're looking like fucking like Wilson from Castaway.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the
yeah.
red fucking handprint on your
And-
face.
And then we shower together.
Right.
We go, and
Well,
she's
you'd
like,
have to.
she's like, let's shower.
I would say that took some convincing for you.
Yeah,
didn't it?
and I was like, no,
Yeah.
I
Never
don't
wanted
really
to
do
shower
that
again.
thing.
Yeah.
I was like, can we just let it dry? And
Right.
but no, we showered together, and the shower was just, it was the bloodiest. Then we had like shower sex, but like bloody, and it was
bloody shower
bloody
sex.
shower
Bloody
sex.
raw.
Jeez.
Very raw.
Yes.
Aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you've just come off the battlefield.
Yeah, it felt
Yeah.
like we were being rebirthed.
Right.
It was like, oh, we're coming out.
like Scotland
as
was
new
finally
people.
free.
Yeah.
I honestly enjoyed it more than the concert, and I really liked the concert as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite band.
And do you think that there was something about the Libertines' music that inspired a debauchery, a hedonism, a bloodlust in this young woman and in you,
I think
Oliver Moore?
I think it did. I think what happened was, I think Libertines attracts a certain kind of person.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Of just older kind of degenerate. There's like a kind of who like wants to relive their glory days, who are still in a live. Like, cause with older rock bands, let's say you go out and you see something like fucking Rolling Stones, or even someone like, I don't know, who Oasis or something.
Oasis.
Or Stone Roses.
Yes.
Right.
Bit earlier, and therefore the target audience are like 40-year-olds. But Libertines are still new-ish enough that the people who grew up on Libertine, they're like late 20s, early 30s, and they're still enough of fuck-ups that they're like, oh, let's do wild shit,
Yeah.
you know?
They appeal exclusively to Chinese women from Shanghai, I think.
To Asian blood fetishes.
Yes,
Yes.
Well,
exactly.
Chinese
that's the group.
vampires.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I think they were the support band.
Yeah.
But anyway,
the Chinese vampires.
Chinese vampires, yeah. They're a punk rock group.
So, and tell me this: Did you see that young woman again? Did you introduce her to your parents by any chance?
We introduced her to her parents. They loved her. I was on a collar the whole time.
Imagine you just go off to the toilet, come back in, and your father has blood all over.
She got you too, did she? Oh,
With
my
a big
God.
smile on his face.
And you're like, wait, where's mother? And it's like,
She's bloody brilliant.
He's got her too, yeah.
The paedophile pops his head around the corner. Heard there's a party on in here.
He's like, good girl, no.
And so to come full circle there, now the paedophile, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He died Christmas Day.
You got him. He died Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, like 2 years ago.
So
Yeah.
Santa, you were on the good list that year, and he brought you your present, which was the
dead-
paedophile in a body bag.
Yeah, the corpse of a pedophile.
Was the paedophile, when you got down to the Christmas tree, was your present the paedophile wrapped in gift wrapping paper?
Yeah, he was just suffocating to
He's
death.
suffocating to death.
He was.
yeah.
It was just his head in a box.
And nice.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So he died on Christmas Day.
He died on Christmas Day. And I remember it was weird because it was Christmas Day and like there was a bunch of ambulances outside the house and
Right.
shit.
Everyone just thought they were Christmas lights.
Everyone's like, ooh, what's happening?
Yeah.
But then the whole community came out, like everyone on the street was like, ooh, who's dying? And then everyone was like, oh, what a nice little old man. And I remember I would look around and there'd just be like me and other like kids my age just looking and being like, this fucking, like we all had like a moment
Right, you're all like,
of this
if
fucking,
they only knew.
Everyone else was really sad. We were like, it's fucking, yeah. And we all looked, and it was like we all found out about each other.
Really? At that
On-
time,
at that
you shared a
moment.
glance.
Yes, yeah, we all shared a moment.
A local
Jesus
feeling.
Christ,
Yes.
on a
Yes.
bike.
Yeah.
How did he die?
I think he fell down the stairs or something.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I knew the bus was going to be his making and his
Yeah.
reneging.
yeah, you got hit by a
Making them
bus.
and the ruins of him.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it up the stairs that one last time.
Yeah.
Poor old devil.
He picked on the wrong
Yeah.
kid.
And so after you, let me see now, because I say we're
Probably
we're well over.
Yeah.
But we're going to I'm going to finish this off on this album because you are the depraved prince of London comedy, and you've I suppose you've shown that here today. You've demonstrated
Yeah.
demonstrated in more ways than one. Do you know Hugh Peacock?
Yes, I know Hugh Peacock.
Okay, that stands in your favour. Do you know the writer Flanagan?
No.
You don't? Okay, so we'll introduce you to him. I'd say he might like to do a piece on you.
Absolutely.
And tell me no more. So then, this Asian, obviously this Chinese vampire had her wicked way with you, but you were a very willing participant in
Yes.
the debauchery. And has that led to a bloodlust on your behalf? Are you have you been biting people? Has this Mongolian lady, has she fell victim to the fangs of Moore?
To find them. I think it opened up a more
The
masochistic.
unshowered fangs of
yeah,
Moore.
yeah.
Yeah, I keep biting her. She's like, brush your teeth first. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you brush your teeth now?
I brush my teeth regular. Yes.
Yes.
Regularly.
At least once a day.
That's good news.
That's
right?
good
That's a
news.
start. That's a
At
start.
least once a day. Yeah.
I've kind of given up on the brush before bed. Sometimes I don't do.
Sometimes I don't.
Because
do
I'm
that.
like, I'm going to brush them in the morning anyway. And I'm
Yeah.
not seeing anyone till then.
Yeah, you're not
Yes.
going to wake up in the middle of the night and,
And my door is like, your breath stinks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up, door.
Yeah.
You don't have a say here.
Dora the fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The curtains
Ignore her.
fucking
I
yapping
don't know.
on.
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
wind.
Yeah.
Fuck off. So they on as a final note here, you and your Mongolian lady, you're happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She's shockingly fine with the lack of cleanliness.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a story about that. She kept trying, because I don't own, no, I won't do that.
No, we won't do that.
I don't know. Because I only own like
She's
3
pulling
pairs of
candles
underwear.
out your ears, kind of thing. Making a business of it.
No, because I'm so unclean.
Yes.
I only own like 3 pairs of underwear.
Yeah.
So I go commando a lot, right? And she's doesn't like that.
We're gonna have to burn this couch.
We are
We're gonna have to burn. I'm
camera's
wearing.
gone.
Oh, the camera's gone.
The audio is gonna.
Okay.
The audio will live on.
Pick
The
it up.
audio will live
Will
on.
live on in the archives.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she was trying to get me to wear more underwear, but she couldn't just tell me like, oh, wear more. Like, I don't like when you don't wear underwear. So she kept trying to make me wear her panties, and then she kept trying to make it sexy. She kept being like, oh, it'd be so sexy if you wore my underwear. Oh, it'd be so hot. It'd be so hot and stuff. And eventually she just started yelling at me. She was like, dude, I just wear underwear. I just hate you not wear. So she got me to wear her panties at that story.
So you're wearing her panties.
Not all the... I've
Right
worn it
now.
like once.
Are they not uncomfortable?
They're more comfortable.
What?
They you know how when you wear like the Speedo type thing?
Yes.
Imagine them but with super soft fabric.
Right.
So they kind of cushion your balls and
But
your...
you've got a big
You've got a
Rotherham gang.
A Rotherham gang hog.
Rotherham
Hog.
gang spec.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. But like...
How is that fitting into some Chinese budgie smugglers?
Yeah, the problem is we're the same... We've shared clothes. We've shared clothes on multiple occasions.
I've seen you going around with the straw hat now. And I was wondering, where did you get that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Imagine you had a little straw pair of underwear as well.
Underwear,
A pair of straw knickers on him.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
God.
Oh my
The
god.
t-shirt with Mao on, just like, I don't know where I get it from.
Yeah. Just a We Love Mao t-shirt. Yeah.
Okay, Oliver Moore, you're a gentleman.
A gentleman and a scholar. One of the best young and up-and-coming comedians in London.
There you go.
Everybody knows it. That's what
Yep.
everyone's saying on the street.
Yeah.
You can follow him on
Instagram.
Oliver
More.
Moore.
With 3 O's.
with 3 O's.
3 O's.
2 O's were taken.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Good man.
There we have it. Oliver Moore, folks.
Good night.
Good night.
Lovely.